65 years old, believe you me, I can still do anything. Good morning.
Good morning. Tell me something about yourself, Natalie.
Okay, my name is Natalie Fabing. I came to know her in August 2022. I worked for a company that we were based at old age homes, CPOA old age homes, and I was a housekeeping manager. From there, I was moved to Sea Point Place, also CPOA old age home. Then I went to Lotus Place, which is in Grassy Park, and as housekeeping manager. I only got that job at the age of 60 plus a couple of months. Prior to that, I worked for a slimming company called Herbex. I was supposed to be at Herbex for 3 months, but ended up being there 5 years. And when I turned 60, it was time for me to bow out because I'd been there for 5 years. And then I left Herbex and I thought this was it. I'm 60, I'm retiring, I'm going to just be quiet and do whatever it is I want to do. Believe you me, that was short-lived because I finished work at the end of December when I turned 60, and I was home from February to about the end of May when I discovered, oh no, this is not for me, because I still just had so much to give it. You know, I still had that in me.
You can see it, huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
So then I decided I need to find something to do. And, well, I didn't go out and find something to do. The company I worked for, they found me. One day in June, it was the 11th of June, I got a telephone call saying, wouldn't you like to come and see us? We're out at Pinelands Place. Can you be there tomorrow morning? And I said, yes, sure. And I went and I had the interview, which was a quick one. It wasn't a lengthy hour-long interview. No, it was all of 5 minutes. And then it was, can you start tomorrow? I said, oops, the 13th of June. I remember it was a Wednesday. And I started there. And I ended up working there for 3 years.
Wow.
Housekeeping manager. But prior to Herbex, I was actually a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. Even though I must admit, I have one son. And from the time my son was a toddler, it was cheaper than having a nervous breakdown. So he's been at daycare all the time and school after that, because no, it was cheaper than a nervous breakdown. So, so we put him into daycare. So I used to take him every day and go and fetch him. And Bryn was ADHD, hyperactivity disorder. And initially, yes, they put him on Ritalin, but I changed that. Because I missed that busy little boy. I missed him. So what I did, because I lived in Hout Bay, fetch him after daycare, spend his energy on the beach. And that's what we did. And in the afternoon, in the summer months, we'd stop on at the beach and he'd run himself silly. We got home, I'd hose him down, then he'd dive into the swimming pool, and yes, spending his energy. So that by the time it got to evening, 7, 8 o'clock, he was so exhausted that he just fell asleep. So yes, and then of course I started working at the old age homes and all of that. And then I thought I was going to bow out at 63 from the old age homes. And when I turned 63, I thought, well, this is it. But then they wouldn't let me go because I was 63 in February and I stayed on until June because every month, no, stay another month, and this is how it went. So, yes, and in that time, I decided, what am I going to do when I finished working? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And then I started doing my homework and looked at what rentals cost. for me to be renting a place of my own, flats and apartments, ridiculously expensive. And then I also thought, on a SASSA pension, no hope in hell that I was going to be able to afford living anywhere. And that's when I heard about Noah. It was at a social gathering and somebody mentioned it. And I thought, aha, light bulb moment for me. So the Monday I called, and then I was told to collect the application form and I had to bring it back, which I did. And I went through the whole process, which wasn't a long process. I'm saying when I called in February, I was still working, and I was honest and I said, look, I'm still working. I'm going to be finishing any time now, because every month it was extended. And yes, I finished working the 7th of June, when I had to call Noah and say, look, I've now finished working. Mm-hmm. Then they called me for interviews, and the end of August I moved in. I was supposed to move in the 1st of August, but I wasn't ready, because I needed to get rid of all my worthless junk. Yeah.
Yeah, how is it living in such a Noah room, sharing your room with somebody else?
I shared, and also when I got to Noah, I shared with a lady by the name of Diane. And also, each person in the houses, they have different personalities. We are all different. But I had decided, it wasn't a conscious decision, I think it was just more the way I am, that I decided, okay, you're sharing a room with somebody, so now it's a matter of respect and meeting the person halfway. For example, Diane likes the door tightly closed. I like the door slightly ajar. So I said, Diane, look, we're going to put a hook on this door, so it's partly closed and it's open. And that's what we did.
And it worked.
Absolutely. Diane and I got along splendidly. And it's just a matter of give and take. And as I got there, I slowly started introducing my way of thinking. Perfectly worked, because it's just the way you do that. I'm a new person, I just moved in. I can't walk in there and decide, hello, you will do this and you will do that. No. But your approach would be something like, don't you think it would be better to do it this way? Think about it. Then you work it out like that.
Is it some advice you want to give the younger generation too? Respect each other?
Yes, absolutely. And meet each other halfway. It's not always going to work out the way you want it to, but at least you've tried and you've put your opinion and your ideas on the table so that they can look at it and say, that is a better idea, or no, that's not going to work. So it's just a matter of respecting people.
Have you been like this all your life?
I believe so.
What is the most beautiful thing you've seen?
In my whole life?
Yes.
I think the most beautiful moment was when we went to Botswana, to a game lodge years ago, 31 years ago. And when we came back, the Sunday night we flew back from Johannesburg, and the Monday I got a call. It was my husband calling to say that they were looking for us because we'd been away, and my son was born on the 18th of June. Now you were looking at the 5th of July. And they were looking for us because we were not in Capetown at the time. And the next morning we had to go and fetch him because we adopted him. So we went to fetch him the next morning, the 6th of July. And do you know, when I picked him up, he was this little blue boy that was so cold and scrawny and thin. And I picked him up. And you know what? He grabbed my collar of my jacket.
With his tiny arms.
Yes. But all children, all babies, they tend to grasp. They clutch. All of them, their hands are always tight-fisted, But he did that to my collar. That was the most beautiful feeling and the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
How is it being a mother?
Being a mother.
Yes.
For me, it wasn't difficult. It wasn't difficult at all. Because Bryn and I, his name's Bryn, Bryn and I used to do things together. I was always the one. Because my late husband, he studied all his life. I think he got his last degree when he was like 46. Because that's just what he enjoyed. So with the result, I would be with Bryn most of the time. Take him here, go there, and all of that, you know. And we spent a lot of time together. For example, when my husband had to, say he was getting ready for an exam, because he was with the university, he's getting ready for an exam, so he needed the peace and quiet in the house in preparation of his exams. Then I would take Bryn away and we'd either go to the Capetown Hotel and stay there for a few days just to give him that quiet time. And so I spent a lot of time with Bryn. When it came to the cricket field, I would go with him every Saturday to cricket. I'd go and I'd go with Bryn and got to meet all the other parents. And it was always craziness because laughter and fun. And Bryn's actually seen a lot. He's extremely well travelled because he went with us. Because my husband was an oil trader, so he travelled a lot. So any place you want to mention, yes, I've probably been there.
Is there some advice you want to give to younger mothers?
Younger mothers?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Interact with your child. Keep at it. Don't ever stop. Because that child, doesn't matter if he's 5 or 50, he's still your child. So interact. And the more, I used to talk till I'm blue in the face. But it just carries on and on. Just to, at the end of the day, you'll have a well-rounded adult. That is important, especially in today's world with drugs and all of that.
Is there something else you want to tell us?
When I came to know her, quite frankly, I didn't really know what it was about.
What is it about? Can you tell us?
Well, number one, the independent living. That suits me fine. And yes, again, it's just do your bit in the house. Respect one another. And also, when I came to know her, my first thought was, when I came for that interview, and my next of kin was my sister, she was with me, and she was extremely teary-eyed because she thought that I was going to be institutionalized. And I said, hell no, nobody's doing that to me. Not that. So the idea of Noah was, you're going to be institutionalized, you have visiting hours from 3 till 4, every day, and you're not allowed to go out, and all of that.
But it's not.
It is so different. It is so different. But I also thought when I got here, look, if I don't like it, I have choices. I have choices.
You do.
I can say, Noah, thank you very much, but goodbye. This is not working for me. If I'm happy, I can continue to stay on at Noah and forever be grateful for the fact that they've given me the opportunity and given me this roof over my head. So I will do for Noah what I can. Within reason, because bear in mind I'm 65.
I'm very thankful for you being here, definitely. You're doing a lot for the center. Yeah.
I'm glad you think so.
Do you know where they're going to watch this?
Where?
At YouTube. You know YouTube.
Yes. Are you kidding me? Famous at last.
Yeah, you're gonna get famous. Let's go, guys. Make Natalie famous. And by doing that, just like the video. What else can you do on YouTube? Do you know?
No.
You don't? Okay, you can share the video,
Yeah.
send it to your friends, your family, whatever. You can comment, so they can comment about whatever you talked about.
Yes, okay.
Maybe give some advice or appreciate your advice. And yeah, just give us a view, watch us, follow us, share it, like it, whatever.
Okay, great.
Yes. Noah Capetown.
No, Cape Town.